Good evening, SpeedGaming Live fans and Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. I am Hate the 13th, joined in the booth tonight by Ro8 for this match in the round of 8 for the SpeedGaming Live tournament. This instance, it is Deadpulse versus Edgeworth. So how are you doing tonight, Ro8?
Good, how are you?
It's doing pretty well today. I'm rather looking forward to this match because, well, Deadpulse is the one who knocked me out of the tournament, so since he knocked me out, I'm kind of rooting for him. Just, at least then I can say I got knocked out by the champion.
And Deadpulse has been my co-op partner for a while, so very, very familiar with him. But looks like we got identical parties run here.
I'm not entirely too surprised. The party draft that we were given today was Fighter, Black Belt, Red Mage, Black Mage, White Mage, White Mage. So I'm not entirely too shocked that we're seeing this layout. It gives a good coverage of magic, and, you have a fighter to swing and hit things.
No, I'm not surprised either, although I would have been, if I was here, I would have been awfully tempted by that Black Belt with an extra 20 hit %.
Yeah, that is kind of a tempting thing, but you kind of have to... I've noticed with these flags, you really want to avoid doing a static grind. The static grinds tend to be bad for the player who does them.
Yeah, I did some testing, when we were getting ready for this tournament to see if I could make a Black Belt work. And 20 hit % was the one way if you got that and you were willing to commit to Black Belt Red Mage or Black Belt Black Mage, you could probably make it work. But outside of that, it was hard.
Yeah, that pretty much had been my experience, though, you're a much better runner than I am, so it's kind of a good thing, at least to me, that I came to the same conclusion that you did there.
Could be starting any second here.
Yeah, we had a little bit of an extra delay, but the runners will be running off here pretty shortly. So whilst we're waiting, I'll go ahead and I'll go over the rest of the blurses. So the fighters got plus 15 agility, plus 10 MDef, and minus 30 hit points. And of course I start talking and we're off.
Level 1 White Magic. We've got Ruse at level 1, but not much.
Yeah,
but at least we've got Ice 2 to start with.
Yeah, it's a sweeper. It's not exactly the best sweeper, especially because undead really don't suffer it that well. But, it's better than nothing.
We've also got a very, very cheap vendor item. It was about 1,400 for the Adamant.
Yeah, and it looks like I saw Pro Rings plus 3 or 4 in Corneria for 24k-ish?
So this is probably one of those situations where you want to go and open those 3 chests in Temple of Fiends to see if you can find enough money to get that Adamant before you leave Canaria.
Yeah, it's a definitive thing there, and if you can't, you might even want to swing up and loot Matoya's closet and see if she's got any spare cash laying about.
Ooh, well, that'll do.
Yeah, there you go. That's your money right there, because no one's going to be wielding that. Wow, and then even the next... Jeez, beasties, this is a very generous Toph so far. It's kind of funny, we've got the runners just about in lockstep for everything except their timers. Right, we got the crystal from the king, and Sarah gives the ship, so, well, Bridge Boss is probably going to get put off until much later.
If we see it at all.
Yep. If the runners are lucky, they'll be able to just entirely fade that Bridge Boss and, not have to actually cross the little spots that'll trigger it. And 32k coming out of Toph before you've done anything, where the vendor item is only 1,400. Oh, and you've got Copper plus 4s for sale. Now, that being said, the Black Mage won't be able to wear those bracelets, but, there's cloth. Give it at least something so it's not running around naked. Edgeworth making an investment in the future and picking up block as well. I don't hate that play. And looks like grabbing some confusion as well, just to have something to throw at carry.
That money, you can fill up on pretty much anything you want here. The only thing we don't have are any tents or cabins, but 600 gold, you don't mind buying a few houses early on.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially at heal pots are 15 gold each. Oh, you stock up to the max on those. Grab a couple of softs, because you never leave softs in Carnaria. Always grab a couple of softs before you leave.
Maybe I'll remember to do that someday.
It's burned me too many times. All right, well, we got Harm 4 sitting at level 2, White Magic. That's, you know, a viable thing for handling the undead that the Ice Magic won't.
And the heal 3 at low level is nice to find, too.
And bam, there's our Poison Element skill or spell for potentially trying to deal with Tiamat and Kraken. Yeah, going for the sure kill with the Ice Tubes rather than the risky Bane, which I entirely understand on that one.
There's our crown. So now ordeals will be available to us, because we do need the crown to go there in these flags.
Yep, and, well, once Deadpulse finds the canoe, I'm thinking that's probably going to be his next stop.
I assume we'll see the Matoya, followed by the Adamant checks next.
I would say I feel sorry for those poor imps, but no, they deserve it. They absolutely deserve it for the amount of time that those imps have rolled something horrible.
Definitely
not like
the
I'm,
case.
Yeah, not like I'm spiteful or anything. No, not at all. Die, imps, die. Holy crap.
Oh.
Well, that's a thing.
And Edgeworth is choosing to go down to Elfland.
I can kind of understand wanting to check their spells down here first, but, man, knowing that there's that fade stick up in that chest, ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Well, speak of the devil, there's fade in itself as well.
And life. But even with that, you know, Deadpulse, he's going to have 2 Fade casters, and Edgeworth just has the 1 right now.
Yeah, and I believe that's the slot that is White Mage locked, so yeah, he'll only ever have 2 Fade cast or 1 Fade caster until he grabs that stick.
Some nice
Right.
level 4 magic, too. Cure
Yeah.
4, exit, fast.
Saber and Ice 3, you got everything you could want at level 4 except for Temper, it seems. Well, and a Life, but Life was at level 3 slot 1, so Red Mage gets that. And there's the cabins.
Too.
Yeah, 45 gold per cabin. That's definitely alright, I'm stocking up on this thing. Though I haven't been paying attention to how the encounter table is, so I don't know how quickly the encounters are coming up, so we'll see how that rolls.
No, they were able to get almost up to Temple of Fiends without an encounter.
That's not too bad. Allows for at least some saves coming to do some encounter manipulation.
Yeah, and with cabins being that cheap, you can do a lot of it. Alright, we're going to get our first look at what the Adamant's going to turn into.
Yes, let's see what Smithy McBeardsmith decides to smash that adamant into. Nice -1 shield, not too shabby. It's perfectly viable shield hiding in the Dwarven Closet. Alright, and he hammers it into a canoe. looks like Deadpulse is probably going to be heading to Marsh, and maybe swing by and hit up Astos as well, because, you know, got the crown, why not?
Well, one of those has to be our canal.
And looks like he's fading Marsh, and Edgeworth is going in to get that, or going into that. I apparently have lost the ability to speak English. Going to go trade that crystal in and maybe find that fade stick. Alright, he's gonna find it.
So has our rod, so gonna have to go into Marsh to get out the canal.
Or ice. Because they've got the canoe.
Oh,
It's
that's
available. Right. Ugh. Really hoping that it's not ice, just because I hate ice. Alright, Edgeworth about to get that pry bar out from Astos, and Deadpulse doing the dive down to Marsh as soon as those bats will get out of the way. Oh, looks like something in that pack has stun touch. That's definitely not something you want to see.
I'm thinking Marsh always has to have it, right?
Unfortunately, it seems like it. I mean, at least it's not unrunnable, but still, this is not a pleasant fight. It looks like it's those crawls. Which are some of the worst things to actually have a stun touch, because they hit so many bloody times. I mean, they hit like featherweights, but still.
I didn't notice. Did either one of them get any level 4 charges before they came in here to be able to exit out?
I have no idea. I would say maybe Deadpulse based off the hit points on that White Mage, but the White Mage has got a big fat chunk of extra HP at the start.
Yeah, that White Mage started with an extra 80.
Ooh, Blue Dragon Spike Tile, that's maybe a little risky. Up there's the canal. Alright, so ice potentially haunted. Hopefully. Also, I am a little bit shocked to see Deadpulse actually going this far out of the way to pick up extra chests.
I am as well. You know, if I need money early in one of these seeds, I'll do that, but not with the money they started with.
The only thing I could imagine him doing those for is to potentially find, I don't know, it's gear or, yeah, that's about it. Gear or a ribbon or something, but yeah.
Fun packs crawls, but he manages to get away.
Alright, and now we've got both runners back in sync now, and, oh, core. Yeah, Magius, Ice having floater, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen it happen in these, but, yeah, you still hate to see it.
I think an ice check is going to be pretty far off for both of them anyway. You're going. You got the rod. You're most likely going to Earth next.
Yeah, though I'm not sure if Deadpulse will do the standard or early ordeals that he likes to do. I guess we'll see here in a moment.
I like the Earth play here though, because that gets you 2 items.
It does. And, oh, I forgot, he hadn't turned in the Adamant yet, so, yeah. This is a smart thing to have done, because otherwise he would not have gone there at all. Alright, looks like Edgeworth is probably going to go dive Earth Cave and see what Lich is holding on to, or what is hiding behind the vampire, at least. Warp and Bracket, level 5. And, excuse me, we did see the vendor item. It was the Adamant in Corneria for 1,400 good gold. Super cheap today. And Edgeworth, not even going to bother checking the spike tiles, which I cannot blame him for, just going. Deadpulse not even bothering to check in Melmond.
Say, I do like to check those spike tiles sometimes. If you find something good, you can make this dive a lot safer.
Yeah, I will generally check the Hall of Giants, and I'll check the other spike tile most of the time when I head down to floor 3 and check it on that one room with the chest right before the vampire's room.
Yeah, on these flags I'll check the Hall of Giants, but not... I usually don't check the other one.
See, for me, I'll do it because I have horrible confirmation bias about getting good things out of that chest, so, you know.
And I just don't like to open chests.
Oh, I have a horrible problem opening chests. I love it. I love it so much. Which is one of the reasons why Deadpulse so thoroughly and utterly schooled me in the round of 16.
Some of the times he's been putting up, he's been schooling a lot of people in these flags. I think he even had a sub 40 in one of his races.
Oh, man. All right, well, Vampire was holding a gold -3 in his actual chest. That's kind of nice to find.
Yeah, in one of his pod races, he put up a 3905.
Wow. That is absolute madness. Oh, Edgeworth getting lucky finding that TNT in the first chest. Not too shabby. And then looks like he's actually taking the time to check the rest of that, which I personally would have done. But as I said, I've already been knocked out, so grain of salt and all that. Against Deadpulse, probably wouldn't.
Well, Deadpulse is checking him as well.
I should just shut my damn fool mouth, because every time I say something, it seems like he's just doing the opposite of it. Oh man, that fade staff. Oh, that's just a thing of beauty to have found for our runners.
Well, the only thing I wonder is he's got the white mage holding that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an oddity. I'm wondering why he doesn't have the fighter holding on to it and having the white mage actually, you know, casting fade, unless it just doesn't have a whole lot of fade charges, which is also very likely. And I blinked and I thought I saw a Lich on Edgeworth's screen, but I just see a pile of XP and gold and a lit orb.
Well, and there on cue, Deadpulse moves the fade stick up to the fighter.
Huh. Lich actually had more than 360 hit points, but not that much more than.
So both of them pretty much dead even through Earth Cave.
Yeah, this has just been, this is a super tight race right now. And it's going to really, at this point, come down to just execution, I'm thinking. Oh, I'm wondering where Edgeworth is going.
TNT is... They got the TNT in Earth Cave.
If you listen closely, you might actually hear a pop. That's me pulling my head out of my butt. I'm apparently suffering from a hard case of cranial rectal inversion tonight. Ooh, vanilla masa, or not vanilla, but, you know, unblessed or uncursed masa. And Bridge Boss at about the 17-minute mark and 17:30 mark.
Not too bad. Now's the big question. Do you go to Ordeals or do you go to Ice?
Well, it looks like Edgeworth is heading on over probably to talk to the old men in the circle and see what they've got. And we'll see where Deadpulse swings towards. I will be surprised if he doesn't go to Ordeals. But it wouldn't be the first time tonight I've been wrong. Yep, that's the Ordeals route. Like 6 or 7 squares to the left of the to the right of the March Cave entrance, and then just straight on down. Yeah. All right. 18:30. Deadpulse is into Ordeals, which I'm kind of surprised it took him this long.
We know he likes this early Ordeals play. I know that because I've lost races to him because he makes this play early, and it's the last place I want to go.
See, I'm kind of a fan of hitting up Ordeals early just because it just get it out of the way. You do it before you get the airship, and you save the time, especially when Speedboat is on. And it looks like we saw Quake, Temper, and Nuke at level 6.
The herb from the Sages. I think that's going to push him over to Ordeals as well, because you're going to want to go turn this in, and once you do that, you're right at Ordeals anyway.
Yeah, depending upon what the herb turns into. If the herb turns into the floater, he may very well go turn in the floater before heading to Ordeals, which yeah, I don't like doing that with Speedboat. You spend more time walking from the parking lot to Ordeals than you do with Speedboat.
I agree, especially if you're already at Elfland.
Yeah. Though Deadpool seems to be having a bit of an issue trying to figure out which pillar it is. Because, yeah, he's getting sent around this maze all over the place. Well, speak of the devil, there's the floater from the prince. Alright, Edgeworth doing the smart thing and going down toward Deals before turning in the floater. Good man. Or, well, person. Good human being. I am not gonna lie, it's really weird to see Deadpulse opening this many chests.
A little bit, but with the exception of what he opened in Marsh, I don't think he's opened anything that's out of the way.
Alright, true point, true point.
Yeah, those chests and Ordeals don't take any time, really, to open. Although if I'm playing Black Belt, I often skip them anyway.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point there. Now we're going to see whether Deadpulse decides to just hit up the Sages and then go chase the herb, or if he's actually going to hit the Sages up and then go to Ice. Because that could be a bit of something that would put him a little bit behind. Which, I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, it's just that given our overarching knowledge and knowing that the herb turns into the floater, Ice is not going to be the immediately correct play, because that means you're going to have to go along that river system and run into all of the garbage that you hit there.
I mean, I think it's a case with herb being so close to turn in, and with Speedboat, you go and take care of that first.
And you know your partner well.
In fact, you could always, and you notice he hasn't saved since he left there. You know, if he finds that this is a dud, he could always just reset back and get to Ice Cave much faster.
True, very true. All right, looks like Edgeworth is stuck in that maze right now, though it looks like he may have gotten through it a little bit faster than Deadpulse did, because he guessed correctly in a couple of places.
We're still going to come out of ordeals, pretty much right on. Maybe Deadpulse is going to have a 60 to 90 second lead.
Yeah, it's going to be really close. All right, you've got the loot, you've got the, not the loot, you've got the floater, you've got the bottle. Do you go do ice, or do you go check anything else first? Well, it looks like he's going to hit Sarda first.
Yeah, if it's me, I'm gonna wait on ice, because you do have warp, but no charges yet. And so if you do ice a little bit later, it's going to be a lot faster for you.
All right, now it looks like he's heading on down to turn in that bottle. You really hope that it's not bottle to slab.
Gets in the air all of 50 seconds behind Deadpulse.
Yeah, this is a stupidly quick or close race so far, and it's kind of what I expect out of runners of this caliber. These two have both put up really impressive runs on this flag set, and just, these flags are in the game overall. All right, so the key from the ferry, that's not a bad find. I mean, it's not going to do much except for open the incentive chest for C and, allow you to access the end game, but, it could be a whole lot worse.
We've got an interesting play from Deadpulse. He's going to head up to Waterfall without the Oxyale.
I imagine heading up to Waterfall to hope for the Oxyale, because with that key, you've at least got access to the incentivized item in there. And, well, it's really about the only place he could check aside from ice.
Yeah, those are the only two places available to them right now.
Tancer made just his comment in chat. Yeah, they do have the chime, but they don't have the cube, so they're not going to find any incentive items. No, there will be no progressions, just Mirage Tower. And it looks like Edgeworth is making that same play. And mud goals with ice too. That's kind of an annoying thing to see. Honestly, seeing mud goals with any kind of a speller script though is just kind of an annoyance. They never really seem to come out to be too fatal unless it's, stone poison or, damage poison, but it's just annoyance.
Runs into another pack of them.
Man, and that ice too is doing work on his party. Holy crap.
And now Lit 2 gets away with 25 HP.
Ooh. Lucky picked up life on both of the white magic casters. Oh man, Edgeworth is running into those golems, and the golems work them over. Oof. All right, robot with the Oxyale, it's honestly the optimal thing to see from this play.
So we're now at a point we only need the cube.
Yeah, and the cube is going to be either hiding in ice, or it's going to be behind whatever you find in Sea Shrine. Which, given that it's behind gating, there is only the one chest to check in Sea Shrine TFC. That, friendly chest.
It is, but it's still better than having to check every chest in Sea Shrine.
Oh, sweet Christmas, yes. And honestly, given how it's actually been this tournament, that chest has actually been kind of friendly because it's go in, get the thing, and get out. So much better than having to search for a loose item hidden in sky.
Edgeworth has got their Oxyel.
And got the robot's old scuba gear and gonna be warping or exiting right out. Oh, slab. Fetch quest time. That is one peril of menuing so quickly. If you get off by just one button push, all of a sudden everything goes awry. Because, he's not doing that consciously. He's just all muscle memory of like, okay, this is where this is at, go, boom.
Sometimes you end up having to go and buy extra items so things are in the right place.
Yep. Yeah, if my save items aren't, just down one from my heal pots, I end up screwing up that so many times. Ooh, Ice +2 armor. That's actually pretty nice for that, fighter, and the red mage can actually get that silver armor. Silly Nagas, you shouldn't be using cremate, you're water creatures. But at the 30-minute mark, we have, Vorpal +1. That's actually kind of nice, because if I recall, somebody can actually equip that.
Black Mage.
Yeah, okay, so that's a... So that Vorpal's going to be hitting for even less than normal. I mean, at least the Black Mage doesn't have any, curses on their strength.
Yeah, it's not like the Vorpal's good for much otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and a place for it, and at least it rolled up. So the time and the place for it in this seed is not exactly being thrown out the window on Sky 3 yet. Alright, let's see if Deadpulse gets the brag off. Brag does not land, though. And Fast coming out just after the nick of time, because that's what Fast does.
I reckon not hitting too hard. Only 130 damage on the fighter.
Yeah, thankfully enough. I mean, that fighter is still pretty heavily armored, but yeah, that was a pretty low rolling crack in there. Alright, 32 minutes-ish, and Deadpulse has got his second orbit lit, and Edgeworth is going to be pulling up real quick like on that Kraken as well.
And we'll see a slab turn in now.
Yeah, I gotta go talk to the professor and go, hey, I can't figure out how to get this Rosetta Stone program installed on my computer. Help. Now he's gonna have to go make the walk of shame down to Lefane. No, okay, not quite walk of shame. I just personally really dislike making that walk.
I do too, but you're gonna find something useful here no matter what, because whatever you're chasing is either gonna lead to the tail, the cube, or the ribbon.
Yeah. I kind of think that at this point, the tail would probably be the closest thing to a dud for Deadpulse.
Probably, but he does have some... And there you go.
That look on his face said it all. He's like, I'll take it. I don't specifically want it, but I'll take it. Yeah, nope, never mind.
No.
Now, if he hadn't walked into the side or into the corner pocket of Lefane, he might have actually, kept going with it. But yeah, no. At that point, he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna reset out of this. I don't care.
So that ice cave we've been... Edgeworth gets their second orb, cracking down. That ice cave we've been avoiding all along. Gotta go there for the cube.
Yep. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be Ruby to cube. And Edgeworth about to go get his slab turned in and probably go find out that Curse's ice is going to be required. Let's see. Yep, Edgeworth is making the circle around the world to pick up to end up going to Lefane.
As we mentioned earlier, much easier ice dig, given that he put it off. Now he did have warp and exit.
Yeah. Alright, gonna go slap himself carry, then probably head on up and take care of Tiamat. That looks like it's going to be Ruby to Ribbon out of Sky.
I'd be surprised if anyone goes looking for that Ruby.
Yeah, I wouldn't really care at this point. Like, I might open up some of the greed chests, like the 4 on Sky 3, but that would probably be about it, because other than that, you're in go mode. Yeah, this is, sometimes ice is required, and that's why I'm team hashtag never ice unless you absolutely have to. Because I just hate Ice Cave, and putting it off and doing it later means you generally have the ability to get in, get out a whole lot easier.
Say, Edgeworth looked about as happy as Deadpulse did getting that tail.
Yeah, I'd say I'm shocked, but I'd be lying. And Deadpulse just going right on through, not caring about anything else aside from those 2 greed chests, which at least one of them paid off with that pro rank +4. Oof, 292 fade. That's a good high roll. 4 hits, 284 out of that Masa. Carry restoring with the fire too. Doing it some damage, but not a huge amount. Black Mage is just sitting there going, I'm collecting experience, yay! Alright, 3654, third orb is lit, and Deadpulse is going to Sky. Edgeworth, rather than going around the back, is checking the spike tile, finds an eyeball there. Vanilla Eye, that's not too shabby. Might take that a couple of times just to get a little bit of cheap and free XP, but I wouldn't take it too far.
No, but it's good information to have. You know, if we get a really nasty chaos, like the one that we saw in one of yesterday's races, you know, Edgeworth now has knowledge of where that eye is, something that Deadpulse doesn't.
Very true, very true. Yeah, it was, I know yesterday it was, what, the Crab Cakes and Chanigan match where Chaos had double nuke. It's like the first 2 spells. Yeah.
I think it may have even been a third nuke somewhere in there.
Sweet Christmas. Yeah. And it's expected Deadpulse is not going to deal with anything here. Just run, because random encounters are annoying.
How are Deadpulse's levels? I haven't noticed what they are recently.
15 or 16, I believe.
So that's a little scary to me to head into, you know, even with the short Topher and the fact that bosses can roll down. If you get anything rough, it's going to be tough at those levels.
Yeah, that is cutting it a little bit on the close side. I am not going to lie.
All right, Edgeworth is coming up to carry now.
And yeah, I got a quick look at Deadpulse's screen before he went into the actual menus, and yeah, Deadpulse is currently level 15. Ooh, Carrie taking out that Red Mage first round, unfortunately. But not surviving to take anything else out on Edgeworth's screen. 39-16, and there is orb number 3 for Edgeworth.
So Edgeworth about 2.5 minutes behind right now.
Alright, Deadpulse going against Kraken, and got Bane, Bracken, Hope. Oh wow, Kraken hit like a kitten there. 4 hits for 92, but the fighter didn't really hit too hard either there. It was only 4 hits for 85. Keep the Bane going with that Black Mage, and getting some more fade out from the red and white. Yeah, okay, this Kraken is hitting just like a kitten. Rolled way down on strength, it looks like. Alright, Brett comes out though, finishes it off, dropping Tiamat, and at 40 minutes and 24 seconds, Deadpulse has got his 4th orb lit and is in go mode. I don't hate the play of burning off some counters and, you know, getting a little bit of XP here. Especially given that he's, you know, 15, 16 at most. 17 now, okay.
Actually, both right around 17 now, so.
Yeah, 17, it's still a little on the low side, but we've seen lower.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly made it through it at these levels, but you know, you can't have anything too nasty.
Yeah, it turns into a bit of a clencher moment. Alright, and at 41-20, Deadpulse is in Topher, and probably going to be hoping for a Lich and Carry side.
Well, he's got half of it so far.
Alright, Carry busting out round 1 and taking on that White Mage. Not quite taking enough to drop her, though. Oof, 265 to that fighter, but the fighter's still standing. Fade Stick comes out, 265, down goes Carry. Shotgun some heal pots, use a couple of heal 3s. Yeah, it's good. Ooh, Carry and Kraken. That's an ugly set. We've got Robot Chicken, though! Let's go, Robot! Aww. Now I'm sad. Oh, we have a radioactive Kraken.
he's taking that on. Edgeworth is up to Tiamat.
And Kraken is just working its way up the line and not having enough time, though, to take out the White Mage before it gets dropped as well.
A lot of healing to do, but...
Yeah, that's what Cure 4 is for.
And at the 43-minute mark, we've got our first Chaos fight.
See how this one goes. Alright, we got Fade, we got Fast, we've got Temper. Fire 3 from Chaos. Doing some decent damage to the Red Mage, but, well, that's what it's there for. 4 hits for 380 on Chaos. Fast coming out afterwards. Fade coming out landed for 128, kind of a low roll. And, of course, Temper afterwards.
Meanwhile, Edgeworth has got he's got their 4th orb and is on their way.
Ooh, and damage poison from that Chaos, too, dropping the red and black mages, but they at least got one buff off, and we had an 8 hits for 437 coming out there. And
Bane.
Wow. 8 hits, 632, and that is enough to kill Chaos. It's GG's out in chat for Deadpulse, taking this race at the 43-41 moment. And we also have a forfeit from Edgeworth, because, well, they know that they've lost this one. They're just going to be expedient about it, but it looks like they're still going to go for a Topher dive. Let's see if we can't get them in for an interview here.
That was a pretty low rolling Chaos, somewhere between 1,050 or 1,045 and 1677.
Yeah, that was a very much kind of a light roll Chaos.
And we are joined by Deadpulse. GG.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah, GG, Speedy. That was an impressively quick one from you, though. You did open a bit more chests than I expected you to, honestly. Like, you made the full loop of March 3.
Well, I knew you were coming, and so I needed to open more chests, just for you. But that Bane at the end, oh my.
Yeah, that was a bit of a clincher moment there, especially after the Fire 3, and then the core. I'm trying to remember what the second one was that came out and killed off your Black Mage and Red Mage.
The damage poison, just terrible.
Oh yeah, that's it. The other hurdy thing. But yeah, what were your thoughts on that one? Specifically when you went up to Matoya to turn that crystal and found that Fade stick.
I was pretty overjoyed at that point. I was worried because Magic wasn't exactly great. And then Temper rolled level 6, so I knew that I wanted 2 casts of it, so I had to quick get to 17 before I went into Topher. But at that point, I'd have to get to level 24 to get an extra hit on the fighter. I said, if it's going to be anything, it's going to be right now.
All right, well, that's a good play. And we are also joined in the chat by Edgeworth. So, GG's Edgeworth.
GG.
Sorry to have saw what that Kraken 2 did to your team there.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes you should have just gone left.
Left is right.
Correct.
I'm on team right. I'm sorry.
Well, everyone's welcome to be wrong about things. But yeah, this was actually really quite a close race. You guys did have you two did have some variation in routes, but you very often, when the routes came back together, you were really quite close to being in lockstep for a while. I think it was about the time that Deadpulse went to ice. That was about the time where the lockstep stopped happening as much.
I was hoping that the gamble to go to Waterfall would pay off.
Yeah,
you,
Edge, did you end up doing that as
you
well?
both did that.
Yeah.
honestly, I think everybody was hoping for it except for a couple of people in chat because ice. Bleh.
But those mud goals in there, goodness.
Yeah. Actually, that was, now that I'm thinking about it, that was the divergent point because whilst you managed to escape barely from that pack of mud goals, Edgeworth unfortunately didn't.
Oh my, yeah, that was by the seat of my pants. I think, what was it, my red mage had like 30 health left and got hit with a lit 2, survived it, and managed to run on the 3rd turn.
Yeah, something like that. It was real close, and yeah, Edgeworth didn't get the luck on that one.
Yeah, I mean, at least it wasn't real close. It's like when both Ice 2s hit you for like 120 plus, it's a pretty quick reset.
Yeah, that rolled kind of mean.
Yeah, mud goals were the true gatekeeper here.
Well, I mean, I got messed up pretty good by the trans man cats too.
Ooh, I did not notice that the Mancats were moonlighting as DJs tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, they got me about halfway through our deals. So I had to reset out.
Ew. Ew, 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 ew. But yeah, we see you on the chaos fight right now on stream. So 15 and a half minutes behind or so. Looks like the nuclear hasn't quite come out and scrunched your team quite yet, or the damage poison, and it didn't because you just took out chaos. So get the GGs for that one there.
Yeah, really high rolls on the Mazmian at least for that. So something worked out.
That chaos rolled pretty low, it seems.
Yeah, definitely less than vanilla.
Yeah, it was a bit of a squishy chaos. But I'm pretty much out of questions / have no more babbling to do in my brain meets right now because it's my brain is kind of empty right now.
So this was
Right now?
Specifically worse right now. There's the normal level of empty where it's kind of running on fumes, and then there is the I cannot brain, I have the dumb.
So this was game 1. Game 2 is, I believe, tomorrow night, same time.
All I'm hoping for is a game 3, but yeah, it'll be about an hour earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, because if this goes to a game 3, I still want to be in bed by 11 o'clock.
Are you running 2 and 3 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going for the double header. Nice.
I guess if nothing else, we can, go to closing thoughts. So, start with Deadpulse tonight.
Thanks everybody on the comm team. Thank you, SpeedGaming. SGLive has been a blast so far, and it's going to continue that way all the way through. Edgeworth, you are a great competitor, and I am terrified to race you again. So, but I'm also looking forward to it with giddy anticipation. So, GG's tonight, and let's have some good matches tomorrow.
Yeah, GG's. The feeling is mutual. I mean, I'm all I can say is I'm just glad I didn't run into you into the round of 16.
Yeah, that was my lot. So, Edgeworth, what you got for your final thoughts?
No, thanks to SpeedGaming. Thanks you guys for doing the commentary, and Dusk for doing the tracking, and thanks to Danny for getting the whole thing set up tonight. Appreciate all the help.
All right, Fright Teeth, go ahead and take us on home.
All right. So, thanks again to SpeedGaming, and again to Duskplume for the tracking, and to you for joining me tonight, and we'll see you all tomorrow.